Welcome back, Guardians, to another Destiny video and possibly a Destiny 2 leaked information video. So spoiler alerts is in effect. If you don't want to be spoiled about anything in this post, make sure you click away from the video right now. If you wish to read more about it, go and read the article link down below in the video description. It was put on Reddit by somebody who is anonymous. Now, because it's an anonymous leak, I'm always going to take it with a grain of salt and say this is probably more than likely going to be fake. But there's a few things in this actual post that interest me, that make me feel like it may be true. Now, Activision today are having their, I believe it's like an annual budget type of meeting where they have a look at what they spent last year and all that stuff and what's to come up in the future, in the next year, and what money's going where and stuff like that. You know, I don't really know about it too much. All I know is that when they have this conference call every year, information about future games that year is released. So if we are going to hear anything about Destiny 2, it will be today. So anyway, this post could possibly be fake, and you can see the post right here, but there's a few things in there, like I said. So information regarding the future of Destiny by Inside Leaks. Bloody bloody blah. Spoke to an administrative ranks of Bungie, got some new information. I have to remain anonymous due to the jeopardy of my contacts, you know, like all of these fake and other leaks have in the start of their posts. Information ahead of the conference call. The next installment of the Destiny franchise will be revealed as Destiny 2 Forge of Hope. That's a badass name. It really is. I like that name. If that was to be the name, I would not be upset by it whatsoever. Now, this is an interesting part that makes me believe that it probably will not be true, this whole post. And this here, November 4th to November 18th, is very, very interesting to me because of the fact that most of the Destiny expansions, the major ones, and the game initially released was in September. So you'd think they'd want to keep that consistent date, but you know, there's no question that they could actually pull it back if they wish to. But the fact that Activision produced this game, and obviously they also produced Call of Duty, and November 4th to November 18th sounds very, very likely to be the release of a Call of Duty game also. I don't think they're going to want two games going in contention with each other that they produce. That's just my thoughts on it. But I wouldn't be too sad about a November release of Destiny if that was the case. The next installment will be launching on 5 platforms: PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox Scorpio to be arranged, and PC. So PC, I feel, is more than confirmed right now. Like, I mean, I can't confirm it, but I'm just hoping it is, because I'd love to see it on PC. Having it on PS4 Pro and Xbox Scorpio, you know, I could see it being really good for those, and you know, always developing on the newer consoles and such things is just going to make the game better. Console exclusivity will remain with PlayStation, but the exclusive period will be reduced to 3 months. If that is true, I think that's very fair, and I feel like you know, 3 months is a good period for exclusivity. It doesn't need to be a year where everyone's not getting their stuff on Xbox. So regardless of where the exclusivity goes, I think 3 months is a decent thing. Now, here is something that makes me believe that this might actually be true. So it will launch with 3 additions: Destiny 2 Forge of Hope, including to be arranged pre-order bonus. And then you've got pre-order bonus and special in-game cosmetics. As we know from previous games, we do get, you know, some in-game cosmetics that are usually useless. But then there's this one here. So you get half a scale of the Exo Stranger's Relic of Necessity. Like, I know I said half, but I meant half a full-size figure, because, you know, 1 to 1 is like 12 inches, I believe, and 1 to 2 is like 6 inches. So I just said half, okay? Just forgive me. Now, we don't know what this is. As far as I know anyway, this has not been said in the game. It hasn't been shown in the game. There may be some like extended lore to it behind the scenes, but to have that listed as a half a scale, you know, like figure of this, makes me believe that there's some truth to this, because who's just going to make that up off the top of their head unless they really know the lore really in depth? So again, take it with a grain of salt, but that to me just makes me think, there could be something about this. But let's go on. The game has a whole new engine built from the ground up, with the ability for Bungie to rapidly create and add new content to the world of Destiny. Bungie is scheduling for an event release every 1 to 2 months, centering around a theme similar to Overwatch, which makes no sense to me, while also delivering new narrative paths and new gameplay mechanics. This bit here, including a theme similar to Overwatch, just makes me feel like this isn't, like, I don't think a company would sit there and talk about a competitor, like be like, oh, we're going to do this as a theme similar to this game that seems to be doing better than our game. That just doesn't seem right to me. But if they were doing an event release every 1 to 2 months, that would be very, very exciting. Very, very happy for most content creators, because and players as well, because having consistent content on a game like Destiny is necessary in my opinion, and without it I feel like the game will just end up dying over time. Spoilers on the story, I'm not really interested in that, but it's all based around the Cabal, which most people are thinking Destiny 2 is going to be about, at least at the start. The future of Destiny, Bungie is planning to release a substantial content updates for each quarter, similar to the April update. So they want to do an April update every quarter basically. That to me, with the live events, seems like a lot of content, almost too much content, so we just have to see what happens with that. Bungie already have a small team working on the first major expansion to be released in fall 2018. Details are limited, but it's aimed to be centered around Vex and Origins of Cabal and Prey Death. This is all my info for now. There will be more in the future. That just seems like, even if it's across 2 games, that just seems like too much content for one company to keep up. You know, if that's what they're aiming for, and if that's what they do, that's incredible. Anyway, new information. Due to the new engine, Bungie had to make the hard decision of previous characters being left behind. The upside to this is new release will have more customization, character creation, including facial hair and class themed face paint and tattoos. In a few days, I'm presenting my info about the upcoming spring update, which will be releasing early May. So there's a lot of pandering here, because people have wanted facial hair and face paint and tattoos and stuff. That seems very pandering like. So there's little parts of this post that make me think, maybe this is true, but then there's other parts where it's just like, nah, that doesn't sound right at all. So, you know, take this as you will, but I did want to talk about it. I think it's some interesting information. It's a good read, and I would hope that if anything was to happen with Destiny, some of this stuff would be included. So let me know what you think down below in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Remember, this post is in the video description for you to go over and read it too. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow, and you guys have been awesome.